So we're in the middle of Eisches. So he's saying that the tshuva of Elul, you remember that the Chodesh Elul is the tshuva on Zdoinus, on deliberate Avedas. Then the Aveda of Elul, this is from Dar Yisrael. Ikar Aveda of Elul is on Shagogish, which is why, inadvertent Avedas, which is why the Arizal's Pasuk that he brings that alludes to Elul talks about being someone who is Heilig Nefesh B'Shogeg. In Layodev is something because that's the Ikar Aveda of Elul, and then the Aveda of Rosh Hashanah is Tshuva. I'll explain this on Friday. Now, we call Mokim after we call Mokim. So this is, we just described the number 42 in the text. We just described an ascending order of Tshuva, obviously, from Tshuva of Rosh Chodesh Elul to the Tshuva of Rosh Hashanah, which is the Tshuva on mitzvahs, as we explained. In Kedusha Gufa, higher and higher. We talked about, we gave a summary of Geras HaTshuva, not a summary, but we referred to Geras HaTshuva. The whole explanation of Teshuva is Toshuv Hey, the two Heys, Hey Ilah, Hey Tata, the Yud K, and then there's the Vav K. We explained that on Friday. If you didn't hear the shir, it is worth to listen. So continuing, become Mokim, nonetheless, Yesh Yisrael, the whole Maim is bringing out the Maila of the Bittul HaYesh, the lower Bittul of Elul, even over the Bittul, the Charoda of Rosh Hashanah, the Maila of the Shofar of Elul. That's the whole Maimer. So like, which we explained at length of the previous Shurim, so likewise is also true about the Tshuva. Yeshisin ba Tshuva de Elul la Tshuva de Rosh Hashanah. What's the mile of the Tshuva of Elul over the Tshuva of Rosh Hashanah? How can we say such a thing? The Tshuva of Elul is Shogeg and Mezid, and the Tshuva of Rosh Hashanah is in Kedusha itself, Tshuva Ilah. And Tshuva de Rosh Hashanah is ba mitzvah de Tkiyah Shofar. The Tshuva of Rosh Hashanah is bound up with a commandment. It's hinted to in the mitzvah of Tkiyah Shofar, Meshakasav Rambam. The Rambam writes in Hilchas Tshuva, Afal Pishet Tkiyah Shofar b'Rosh Hashanah Gzeres HaKosav, even though it's essentially a divine decree, Remez Yeshbo, it has an allusion. Kloimbar, meaning to say, Udu Yishenim Yishenaschem, waken up, sleep, those who sleep and those who slumber, V'chizru b'tshuva and do tshuva. So, as we said before, the fact that it's a mitzvah, and mitzvah by definition means there's three things. There's the Eibishter, there's you, and the mitzvah connects you. But the tshuva, the shofar of Rosh Hashanah, was the whole beer of the Maimer, of Elul rather, comes from the Yid himself. Higher than Torah, because a Yid is part of the Eibishter. We explained Minig, Rabbanon, Deiraisa, that a Minig comes from a deeper place than a Rabbanon, and even deeper than Deiraisa. Bemis Rabbanon is a mile of Deiraisa. Should we address that? So the shofar is still bound up with the mitzvah. So even though, let's qualify that, it's bound up with the mitzvah, but it's still higher than the mitzvah. The fact is that the mitzvah of blowing shofar hints to teshuvah, which means that teshuvah is still higher. Still, it's not the same as the teshuvah of Elul. Kidubing remez, as it's known when it comes to a remez in Torah, shin hamrum is that which is something, if something alludes to something else, that which it alludes to is higher than the alluder. Well, the is higher than the thing which it points to it, which is why it can't articulate it, because it's referring to whatever it is, in this case is the mitzvah, to blow shofar, is hinting to tshuva, because tshuva is higher. The matter, in this case the mitzvah, or the story, in this case the mitzvah, cannot express it outright because it's beyond it and can only allude to it. So tshuva is higher than the mitzvah. Obviously, tshuva can fix the past. Mitzvahs can't fix the past. Tshuva comes from a deeper place in the nefesh. But derech klal, the difference being, tshuva comes from, there's different levels of rotzen, but it comes from rotzen. And Torah is, Even though, as we compare Torah to mitzvahs, Torah is Chachmas Hashem and mitzvahs is Ratzon Hashem. But in Ratzon Hashem, there's dargis, because the Ratzon of mitzvahs is really articulating that which Torah is saying. He commands it in Torah. We don't know what it means. So the mitzvah articulates it. So it's a Ratzon still bound up with Chachma. But the Ratzon of tshuva is pure, the desire to change, in the purest sense. So the tshuva of what of Rosh Hashanah is higher than a mitzvah, but still not Elul. Elul is even deeper. The fact that the tshuva is hinted at any rate, because it's still the tshuva of Rosh Hashanah is still scripted to some degree and bound up with the mitzvah. So since we're commanded it's a mitzvah, therefore the tshuva that it alludes to, it's still connected to Torah mitzvahs, and the yid, however, is deeper. The yid is Moishe and atzmos, and the tshuva that stems purely from him comes from the etzem and the neshama. The ikar amayla the tshuva. So therefore, the true tshuva shemagia lebebal harotzen, higher than, as we said before, the maili marotz and the mitzvahs, higher than the will of God expressed in mitzvahs, and in will itself, gufa, this dargas and tshuva is the highest will. But the tshuva of Elul touches the Eibishter higher than his will. It touches an expression of the master of the will. Atzmusa yizbarach. He tshuva de Elul. There's no mitzvah. There's no commandments. So where's it coming from? It comes from the yid who precedes Torah. The true tshuva is the deepest tshuva, bound up with the depth of the Eibishter himself. He's hiding God's commandments and hiding his rotzen. It's expressed in the yid tshuva delal and lidodi, and we explained this even in our Moshe that we gave in the whole marriage thing. Do you remember? Can you tell me that the yitzia, the going out of the field, that's the whole point here. The yitzia, the soda, that's the tshuva tata, that's the lowest level. The chitzayini is the lowest level, but dafka there is the kesher atzmi. Why? We explained. I want to repeat it back to me. He's saying it here. I just gave it in the Moshel. It's clearer. No one remembers? No, I said it a few times over the course of the shiur. Not Friday.
Because you feel you're not complete.
The Moshel I gave. Yeah. What's motivating this?
He doesn't want to be alone. Spirit.
What does that mean? That means you are fundamentally incomplete. And that is the Moshe for that. Yidden and the Eibishter are one thing. That's high. Then I need to change. I want to change. I want to be better. I want to be closer. This is not I want to be better, closer, anything. It's that's who I am. And if I am not going to be connected to Eibishter, I am not missing something. I am missing everything. That's a much deeper tshuva. That is expression of the core essence of the person, because he hidden higher than Torah. As we say here endlessly, Torah does not make us Jewish; it expresses our Jewishness, and that's the tshuva of Elul. What motivates it is this: I'm a Yid, finished. I am a Jew. The Melech's Basada. I've got to go out and see him. What are you missing? What's inspiring you? Nothing. So then what's going on? You're a Yid. The Melech is Basad. The Melech says, I want to meet you. There's nothing pulling you other than I am a Jew and I cannot. The paradox of this tshuva is that this is absolutely irrepressible. This can never be put down. All the other levels of tshuva, the rotzen, and they can all ignore it for a lifetime. They don't want to change. Life is good. There's one thing you can't tamper with. It's who you are. And that at the end of the day is going to express itself. Who you are, you can't repress. That's the ultimate tshuva. Not because I'm inspired. Inspiration will come. God wants you to be inspired. It'll come. Rosh Hashanah, you're going to be flying high. But that's all. The whole chiddush of this maamer is, till the maamer we was understood that we're going in levels. Elul, chiddush Elul, Rosh Hashanah, steps higher and higher. This maamer is no. The nekuda atzmi, the essence is Elul, and everything else we're just revealing it, drawing it down. Bring it into the rotzen, into seichel, into hergesh, into simcha, into the feet. So simchas Torah, dancing with the feet. But drawing it all down to permeate all levels of our consciousness, and our relationship with God resonates on every level of our manifested conscious identity, which is what a marriage is. It cannot be a whole marriage. It's going to be only one thing. I'm incomplete without you, and that's where it ends. No meeting of minds, no experience, no joy, no celebration, no engagement, no conversation. That's not good. The etzem has to be expressed in everything. And they're going to clean up all the levels where the way I'm treating you is not reflective of what we really are, which is the house of one soul. Got to fix it up. Sure, all these things are critical. The point of the mind is, what is it coming from? Why should you bother? The answer is you have no choice. It's you. Again, this tshuva is the recognition that I don't have a choice. That's what this tshuva is. All the other ones are a choice. But ato tetzave, when I recognize that I don't have a choice, then the low levels of tshuva don't have a choice either. Hope you got this last point they said. It's a very deep and very critical. And Bemis is the whole mind of Ato Tetzav. That once I acknowledge I don't have a choice, I'm a Yid. There's no choice. Finish, Gamano. Part of the Eibishter. This is my soulmate. Then all of the other levels of tshuva, which do have choices, you no longer do. Because how can I mess up in the way I speak and behave in all the levels of consciousness when you are the other half of me? And that's the whole mind of Ato Tetzav, that the etzem and the shama permeates all the levels of his pashtus. It's exactly this. Yeah?
Isn't the avodah of this level of tshuva is more also
When you say this, which level are you talking?
the tshuva level?
Yeah.
More that it has to come from an avodah isus d'lasata. So whereas the Rosh Hashanah is more situational, it's the diluyim, and therefore the tshuva comes from the environment. This you have to put in the, even though it's from yourself, you have to do something about it.
That's the whole point. That's the whole point. Since I'm a chelik, since I'm a yid, this tshuva is prompted by that's who I am. Then I have to fix every darn thing about my life. And all the levels are going to follow. And I've got to be inspired too. I got to come home excited. Not just bad things. Excited that this Yisrael is a Rosh Hashanah and all the dargis and joys and simcha down to the feet. They all have to fire. They're all going to be lined up with the truth. Truth is where one. So where one, that has to express itself in every expression of our relationship, of our consciousness. And the point is, when the tshuva comes from here, then there's no debate on all of these levels. There's no levels, but it has to be. It's not negotiable. If we're not one mamish, no, not the best husband in the world, no. I have to be the best husband in the world. 90% is also good. 60%. I'll settle on 50. Better than most guys. It's negotiable. That's negotiable. But if that's who I am, here's with one, then if I'm not 100%, then I'm a liar. I'm a liar. It's a transformative shuvah. It's a whole different tishrei. It's a whole different avodah. And it all starts with, there is no choice. But why is there no choice? Because I am the Eibishter. I'm a Jew. That's what I am. So though there's no choice here, I could or could not do. If I don't do, you're a liar to who you are. It's not you. In my relationship with the Eibishter, my spouse, it means if I'm not going to work on the nitty-gritty details of engagement, and that's going to be like out of the picture, then that erodes the whole core of who I am. It's an erosion in the whole core. It's a whole different tshuva. And this is Ata Tetzava, friends. The last mime that Rabbi gave. The etzem and the shama, that's Moshe Rabbeinu's Indian. It's in Ba'oida because he's the Yichid HaKlal. It's in Ba'oida, Mimegala, the whole Aved of Mordechai, the whole Arichas and the Maimed. That the teshuva, the connection should come not because I'm inspired, because I see it. Because that's how I am. Then game's up. Stop fiddling around. So the shaila was, what was the first question of the Maimer? The contradiction. On one hand, what?
Ani Lidodi is El, and Lidodi Li seemingly is already.
Not seemingly. The Alter Rebbe says black and white. The Lidodi Li is a Shoshana Yom Kippur. Not seemingly. He says so. It's Alter Rebbe. It's a contradiction in the Alter Rebbe's words. He brings from the Avudraham that Ani Lidodi Li is Rosh Tevis Elul, and Beproti is Ani Lidodi is Elul, and Lidodi Li is Shoshana Yom Kippur. So how does that jive with it? The whole Ani Lidodi with the Rosh Tevis is Elul, and how does it jive with the Sofet Tevis? It's the same stira. The first letters tell me Elul, the last letters say no. 40, all the way to Yom Kippur. What's the answer now in the Kudah? Because Elul is not just a hachana for Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur. Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur is the articulation and the expression of the Nekuda Atzmi of Elul. I'm a Yid, and there's no choice. And I'm a Gamarnu. It's not induced by anything external. It's a fundamental, honest facing of oneself. That I am a Yid and the Shama Zechelek Lekami Mal Mamish, I'm a Chassid River, that's translated. And therefore the rest must be, just has to follow. Otherwise I am living a lie to myself. Never mind, I'm not so religious and much as a big tzaddik. I'm a liar. So I'll be a liar. So what's wrong with that? That's a good question. I just say one answer is a person can't live a lie. That's it. Just can't. We're God's creations. The truth of our being is emes. And it's just, it's such an uncomfortable place to be that at the end, it's untenable. And Be'ikir, Zabish doesn't want us to live a lie. I don't want you to live a lie. I want you to live a life of truth, of who you are and who we are. What could be better than that? Okay, continuing. So this is Daniel David Dodilish and the So the fact that the final words of the pasuk, my beloved to me, is still part of the Rosh of Elul. It's not. It's a different stage. No, because this, that through the avoid of Aniladei of Elul, Nasa Hamshacha, the date Rosh Hashanah. This is what causes. Rosh Hashanah is the fulfillment, is the drawing down of this essential connection that is laid bare. Elul. Because that's the essential connection. There, all the revelations flow from there. Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, majesty and Yom Kippur, atonement, and all the wonderful things. That's the answer. The Anila Doidi already sets in motion the Doidi Li, which will follow thereafter, because it's only the Gilui, this essential bond. Clear? That's the teretz, yeah. Okay, hopefully it's not just a kasha and a teretz, but Yesh loimar, and the Rebbe says an achidush not said before ever. I mean, the whole maimer is this. The zeh the kiyas the chidush elap in minik Chabad. That's why minik Chabad dafk is to blow what tashrat, tashat, and tarat, the whole gamut. Kol hakoilish shetokim Rosh Hashanah, all of the patterns that we blow Rosh Hashanah, they don't do this in other minhagim. They just blow tkiyah for them through tkiyah. That's it. Why? Because if it's just a wake-up call, enough. There's one sound is also enough. But now we're saying it's not that. It's the etzem from which everything else will then be articulated. So therefore, all the protim that's going to be blown on Rosh Hashanah must already be there in a nebular way, in a seminal way already in El. Kol hakoili shetokim Rosh Hashanah. Why? Ki b'atkiyas the Elul yeshtam kol inyonim shebatkiyas Rosh Hashanah. The blowing of Elul has all the inyonim of Rosh Hashanah. Rosh Hashanah is just detail and detail and detail. You blow 30 koilas, 100 koilas, but the pattern, not the pattern, the essential formula is already there in Elul. So why not blow 100? Why 10? Like we do 100 curls like we do on Rosh Hashanah. Perhaps the Rebbe says. Is the Elul, because Elul, they're the source, essential, is not differentiated yet in division. That will come Rosh Hashanah. But it's all there, like again, in a seminal way, but it has to all be there. But that's not 100 koilas. 100 koilas is in all the pratim. That's the whole avodah of Rosh Hashanah and that's the tshuva that follows in the whole month of Elul. What is blown is all 10. It's all there. Now it's going to be unpacked. The rest of Tishrei. Here, Rotzen. Be the Eibishter's will shadeh my sin of the sin through our Moishe and our avodah. It's not from the Alter Rebbe. Befrate they have Moishe means the action. Avodah is the kavanah. Befrate they avodah the Elul, especially to the avodah of Elul. Yikarvu v'yizarzeru Yosef Segula will draw near and hasten even further the Geula or Kemurim Bazeh, which is another hint in Elul. Shel Rosh Hashanah lahavaya v'ayom roleim b'rashira. That Elul is Rosh Hashanah backwards here. They said to the Eibishter, together we will sing. That's the Rembez on Geula. Because Yetzu Kolan Yitzutzitz Me'agolos, then we will elevate all of the sparks. I mentioned this earlier. It's mitamol all of the sparks. This is mentioned before. I have to find it. Anyway, that's the shleimus of obviously what brings goal is when all of the sparks, all of the pratim have been elevated. That, as we're saying now, that Elul is the essence, then to be translated in all of the details. Concluding, since in Elul explained the pratim here, right? That's Avazut and Avarabba. Certainly Shamelech Mamalia Bakosh Shekol Echad. The Rebbe concludes with the Meridike Brocha. The Eibishter will certainly fulfill the request of each and every one of Yisrael. Shetia Leksiva Vachasim Batoiva. That he be written and sealed, a good writing and a good sealing. Lashona Teva Masukah, to a good and sweet Yibativ Anirev Anigli in a good and revealed in an apparent way. And both in his ruchnis, in his Torah study and mitzvahs, and his physical in yonim. Healthy, the nachas children and good health, and panasa in abundance. Much more so the primary request. Gula mitis vashlema, the complete and true redemption. He come and redeem us and lead us upright. the Artseinu Bekarev Mamash. Okay, I'm going to just read to you the summary, which you don't have. That's not a summary again. It's a Teichem. Just the flow. And that is, friends, Elul. Ki HaShofen Chedesh Elul is Yidatata, the lower fear, which comes to the avoid of a person through him, and that's the going out. That's the decision to get up after Tush and go out to see the Melech. Ki HaShev Rosh Hashanah, that's Yiri Ilah. That comes through revelation from above. The king, when you accompany the king to his palace, in order to go from Yir Tata, there has to be these 4 levels, the 2 levels in between, the 2 levels of love, as we explained, and that's the Panim Yofis and the Panim Sheichakes, the beautiful face and the laughing face of the king. Nonetheless, so that is describing a process of progression from one rung to a higher rung. The Chiddush of the Mayim is nonetheless, there's a Maila in the year of Elul over the year of Rosh Hashanah. Because the year of Rosh Hashanah, when he's in the palace, is because he feels it's the days of awe. And therefore it's bound up with his mitzias, not his essence, but his mitzias. He's being mitzias means, mitzias of Adam, not to confuse with the etzem Adam. Mitzias Adam means, this is moving me, this is exciting, this is inspiring. But the year of Elul, when he's in the field, that's Kabbalah's oil, and that's the true bittul. And again, so where does that come from? If you're not inspired, answer, I'm not inspired. It's who I am. And therefore, the Amshocha of the Makiv of Rosh Hashanah, explaining the Tzemach Tzedek, what draws down, Makiv means the forgiveness, the absolute unconditional forgiveness, no matter what you did. Hashem is ready to take us back ever deeper. What is the keli for that? Not so much the inspiration on Rosh Hashanah itself, but the Yir and Charad of Elul, which Rosh Hashanah is now a translation of. And that's the true Onion Nechei Ruach, that's the true Bittul Shiftless. We're clear? Yeah? And so is also the Tshuva of Elul. Tshuva of Elul is in Yonah Bilti Ritzuyim, that's high on negative things. So that Tshuva is higher than the Tshuva of Rosh Hashanah, which is Tshuva Ilah. Because this tshuva, as we just learned now, that reaches not just Hashem's will, Torah mitzvahs, but the Baal HaRotzon, the very master of the will, higher than Torah mitzvahs, higher than the Rotzon of mitzvahs. Why? Because I'm a Yid, and the Yid is rooted in Atmos higher than Torah, and it can't be any other way. And at the end is why that the Doidi Li is included in Elul, because the Doidi Li is not something else. It's not another rung, but the Doidi Li of Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur is the expression, that's the Giluyim, the revelation of the essential bond that a Jew embraces and expresses, because it's there when in the Chodesh Elul, which reaches Atzmos, and from there all the Giluyim then flow. But that's Allah Navoida, could stop there. The avoid is that this essential bond should be expressed in all levels of inspiration, of behavior, and levels of tshuva, etc. Okay, the words are easy, but I hope it's clear. Yeah. Okay.